everybody. Welcome back. I hope you are all having a fantastic Thursday. So welcome to our weekly call. What do you guys think of the new waiting room graphic? This is from Sir Roz and I think Nano Banana. I think it looks pretty awesome. Anyway, we're glad to have you guys here every Thursday. I'm your host, Jen McEwen, and let me bring on stage Jesse and Christopher. What is up, my fellow?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, happy Thursday.
Hello. Hey, Jen, can you hear me?
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Good
Are
afternoon.
you guys both having mic problems, mic issues or something?
Well, I'm using a new mic today, so I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Oh, well, you sound good. Christopher, mic check.
Hello. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I think you guys sound great.
Look at some of these comments. People came super early today, 3 hours early.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, Ishmael, that's so early.
First guy on the right there, first in chat. Hello. If you're still here,
gosh, my girl Mandy.
3 hours later.
Mandy, what's up? Mander. Mander Price, good to see you. Love the energy. So, Jesse,
yes.
You are not in San Francisco. I know that room. I know where you are.
Temporarily back in Seattle. I just have it's been gone for so long. I just can't be away from home for 6 months, so I got to take care of some stuff. But I'll be back in SF probably next week. We're still in deal mode, and I got to meet some folks down there for our closing some business. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, you are back in Seattle at a good time because the weather's beautiful. Well, it was raining a couple days ago, but I think it's beautiful weather time. It's a time where we all
it looks great.
Syndrome.
Look at that. That's sun. That is sun right there. You can't see my skin is blending with the white walls, but you can see it.
How's everything in Bucharest, Christopher? You had Ridvan visiting.
Yes, I've had Ridvan visiting. He's watching the live stream. Oh
my gosh, he should be in the room with you. He should actually hop on.
Yeah.
He didn't feel like it today, so I invited him.
Hold up, we don't give him. There's no. He didn't feel like it.
Yeah, no one ever feels like it.
Awkward.
Where is he? Is he in the room with you?
No, he went over to the other room to watch it. I think he gave up on watching the monkey try to make the microphones work.
Oh, he should jump. Ridvan, if you're listening right now, come back. Jump on for like a few minutes.
Yes, on
Let's
camera.
go.
You're welcome. I think I got the second microphone linked. All right.
Yeah.
You hit link.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
My glasses are actually in my bag, but I do always have them for sure. So what are you doing, Chris? You just setting up your guns or something?
Messing with the microphone. All right. Yeah, got it working. Fine. All right. You can go away now. All right. Hold on. I'm going to change microphones. It's going to sound even better. It's going to sound so good. It's going to sound so good. You guys aren't even going to be ready for how good it's going to sound.
I have a great time. Shut up.
Hold on.
Oh, Ridvan.
Hold on.
All right. Wow. Now.
Okay. Well, while you guys are doing whatever it is that you guys are doing, I'm going to share.
Is this not just the voice that you were waiting for the whole time?
Oh, Christopher, that actually freaks me out. I didn't know you could hear your voice.
Sorry, I was just messing around, but no, seriously, the microphone works now. Cool. Anyway, no, we've been killing it this week. We've got a bunch of changes to the Edge server ready to go. And if you guys are like, hey, whatever, Edge server, it's what distributes the work and makes the mining happen. So faster Edge server means more mining jobs, means more efficient UpRock app. It's all great, and we've been updating some of the operational stuff here, all the servers and whatnot. So it's been great having Ridvan in town for a week.
Yep.
Yeah, that is really good. When did he leave?
Sometime over the weekend.
Oh, okay, good. I saw that the team did hot yoga.
Yes, we did.
The Romanian team, well, the Bucharest team did hot yoga. And I'm glad that he survived.
He lived. It was it was funny because, well, it wasn't really funny, but you know, it was only afterwards that he reminded me that he had not too long ago had a little heart problem, and
Right.
then I was like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best idea for a team building activity, but we lived.
Vidvan doesn't want to talk about it.
No, that's probably a wise plan. We lived though. We you know, did good. It was fun.
It's nice you guys got together. Our whole team is all over the world, so we try to make it at least once or twice a year to for some of us to meet. Sometimes it's half the team. Usually it's like half the team twice a year or once a year. So, or if some of us can just visit each other like single person at a time, like Ridvan can. And that's just awesome because you just get those moments are re-energizing and get a lot done, and it's good to see people because when you're a so remote team, because we are really a distributed team, and we chat on Slack and Zoom all the time, and we have team calls and stuff, but nothing beats like just hanging out together and eating together and stuff like that. So
well, you know what you end up doing is all those little things that you sort of, I'm not going to say forgot about, but that just sort of don't come up when you're always typing. So we've been working just here in the office, just working in the afternoon, and like I guess yesterday afternoon I was making some coffees, and we were talking while I was, and like a whole conversation came up, and it was like, oh yeah, we could totally, it was like, how hard would this be? And then his answer was, oh, it should take like 5 minutes. I was like, oh really? Like I hadn't even wanted to bother you with it. And then 15 minutes later we had the whole thing done, and it was just like, when you're sitting next to each other. The other thing is, in the age of AI, you spend, Jesse, you and I were talking about this the other day, you spend a lot of time talking to your AI. And so to a certain extent, you can sometimes feel kind of talked out. You don't really have much more to say. And you realize you haven't actually talked to a real person all day long. So it's nice to actually, talk to people.
Yeah. I keep seeing people call it AI psychosis. Actually, you end up it's not sleeping because it's kind of fun, and you end up chatting way too much with the Claude or.
Oh, do we have to be worried about you falling in love with Annie or something, Jesse?
No, just it's Claude and
Claude.
We're real tight. We're real tight. So.
Is it you and Claude or you and Claudette?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it can be you and Claude too. I'm not judging. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
And see, now I made it awkward for you to talk about this whenever.
I think you might have touched a nerve, Chris. I think maybe you found you got right down to the truth of Jesse.
The thing is, I have multiple instances of Claude open.
How very French of you!
And they don't know it. They don't even know about each other. Well, they might. They might be sharing memory. Who knows?
See, you don't know if they know about each other, huh?
Yeah.
I would be worried. It's like that movie, Her. Maybe.
That was one of the all-time great James May reviews of a Citron. He was like, "It's got 3 seats in the front, space for you, your wife, and your girlfriend, all to go down to the Riviera together."
Yeah.
I don't know this one. I'm gonna have to ask my Claude. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's talk about this week. It's
okay. Let's go.
Oh, dude, we finally. I'm so happy. By the way, I was a little bit surprised, surprised is the right word. I was so excited because we've been talking about a big AI integration we have going on, and we just like sort of couldn't say it until it was, until it was ready, until it was done, until the check marks, until the final approvals came through. Because the last thing we wanted to do was like say it out loud, even though we were pretty sure it was going to happen. We didn't want to say it out loud until the final approvals came through from their side, because that would have been pretty shitty if it didn't work out. But anyway, so like we were posting about it today, and I was so excited. And then the next thing I know, I look on X, and Roz has already tweeted it, and I'm like, well, there goes our goddamn, thanks for taking away our element of surprise. But I'm still thrilled about it. You guys can probably tell from the title of the live stream. We are so proud to announce UpRock AI is integrated with n8n. And if you don't know what n8n is, you should be Googling it right now in a different tab, unless you're on a phone, in which case watch this and then we'll tell you about it. But, or, just watch this because we're definitely going to tell you about it. It's a huge AI company. UpRock's integrated with them. We're super thrilled.
Yep.
Very excited. Okay, we'll talk more about that. We have a whole section dedicated to it.
Yep.
So let's get into the week, guys. As you can see, it's n8n UpRock. It is our 103rd call. And, you know, that also means if you guys have been checking in for the past 4 live streams or 5, we have a new front row badge or check-in coming up. So stay tuned because we will be sharing it periodically throughout the stream. And of course, on the top right-hand corner, you can see our country of the week is Brazil. Wow, that was great. Like it was like F1 that was just going on right as I said. It's Brazil. Vroom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, I hear somebody went blowing by on the street out there. Even I could hear it, and I have the headphones in.
Yeah, a little zoom, zoom. Anyway, it's Brazil. We'll talk about that in just a second. Actually, you know what? Screw it. That's yeah. Here we go. Here's our agenda. We're going to talk about Brazil Week, our Rocket AI launch. Video search, semantic video search use cases, which we showed Christopher demoed last week. It was really cool. Maybe you can even demo it again today.
I think you should. Yeah.
I've got some stuff to show off today, guys. I told you that. I told you.
Whenever you're ready to show off, you just let me know. We don't have to wait till the end. You could just if it's
well I'll go in a little bit. It's a couple of them are little video clips, and I'm trying to put them all in a single file because otherwise we're gonna have to like share and unshare, and it's gonna be.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, you just let me know whenever. N8n integration. We have a new update for desktop. Talk about some of Jesse's posts. He's got some good posts on X. And we'll get you a 7-day boost. But you know what I'll do? I'll do it periodically throughout the live stream. Product updates, and then we're out of here.
Perfect.
And
Let's do it.
You guys can enjoy the rest of your Thursday or your Friday, wherever you are in the world. All right. Country of the week. It is Brazil. So every week we highlight, if you are new here, every week we highlight a new country, region, or even continent. One time we did Africa, the whole continent of Africa. And anyone who is physically in that country will double their earnings. And there's nothing you got to do other than keep UpRock running in the background. But there are things you can do to increase your earn rate. That's by playing games, answering surveys, watching daily videos, checking into the live stream, because all of these actions not only give you a token reward of UPTP, they also give you a boost on your earn rate. So you could stack these, you can do as many as you want and continue growing your earn rate. These boosts will last anywhere from a couple of hours to a couple of days. So it's great for anyone to do regardless, but especially if you're in the country of the week, which this week is Brazil. Now, this is actually the second time we've highlighted Brazil. Last week was India, and India is actually the second time we highlighted India because India kicked us off kicked off this country of the week campaign over a year ago. And there's such amazing user base and community over in India. We were asking last week, hey, drop a reply. Where are you in the world? Where are you representing? And India rolled in deep. So we're like, oh, okay, let's highlight India again. And another great one is Brazil. So Brazil, it's your week. So go get your boost.
Yep. Which means if you we can see a lot of folks from different areas in the world in the chat. So if you make a lot of noise or us is listening, and we'll probably double up on your country too. So it's based on popular demand. We will go through countries that we have not selected as well, but some countries get so popular that we just have to do it again. So
yes. So make some noise wherever you are in the world. We have done quite a lot of countries. Some of the countries we had to group into one region because the country is so small. Like we did that with Scandinavia. This is the Scandinavian countries plus Sweden. I think we added Sweden into that. But we lumped them together. We put them together because the regions are so small. So it's just, or the country is so small. So it's like better to do a region. But otherwise, it would take us forever to go through all the. It's 190 countries or so, depending on what you define as a country. So that's kind of a lot to go through. So it's fun to do regions too.
Yep.
Anyway, guys, go enjoy your double earnings, you beautiful Brazilians. God, the most good-looking people on the planet.
I think they have a really good stereotype. Their stereotype is like they have more supermodels per square, like per capita than anywhere. That's what their stereotype is.
Yeah, it's a
really good stereotype.
there are some countries that have like, you know, sort of a reputation for, oh, they have beautiful women, or some countries for, you know, oh, they have handsome men. But Brazil, it's like you walk down the street and you're like, wait, did I like wander into the middle of a photo shoot, or is this just Tuesday?
Wait, what the hell? Like, yeah, they're so good looking, everybody. And then it's like beautiful weather and great food and good music. It's like save some for the rest of us. How does it feel to be God's favorite? Also, Swedish people are beautiful too. Actually, and people beautiful from all over the world. I think Kenyan women are gorgeous. Swedish women are gorgeous. You know, I'm just realizing a theme. I think just women are gorgeous.
Hey, we agree there.
See, if Jesse or I say that, people will be like, "Whoa, bro, whoa!" But you can say that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree with you. Women are beautiful.
Yeah,
and men
women
are
are
handsome. What was the old Garrison Keillor sign off? All the women are strong, all the men are good looking, and all the children are above average.
That's a great place to be. Okay, well, let us move on, guys. Oh wait, here we go. Oh wait, are you in Brazil? Wait, here, just highlight it.
Yeah, perhaps.
And here we have caramel colored mixed breed dog, which is a symbol of friendship. Hey, guess what we have? A caramel colored dog. Rocket is a caramel colored dog. I say,
oh, nice. That's cool.
We say he's a yellow lab golden retriever, so I guess he's mixed breed. There you go. Symbol of friendship. I love it. Okay, let's move on to our hide that one. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we posted this on X, and we've got a request, guys. We are looking for some co-pilots. What this is just to help. I'm sorry. Let me bring this post up so you guys can take a look while we are.
This is really exciting, and also Rocket has thumbs.
Yeah, Rocket has thumbs now.
Oh my God! I did not see this picture. I'm not sure. I think we might have to add a new rule that there's no more thumbs.
No thumbs.
This is like the retconned like only episode that ever features a Rocket having a thumb.
Yeah,
and
Rocket has thumbs apparently. Who's cool? Who's wearing glasses and has one thumb?
You know, the thing is, like, I would spend so much time just doing like on Midjourney, trying to like get the perfect generated image, and then Roz is making these amazing stuff on I don't know what he's using. I think it's banana. He's making some great stuff, and it's just like even though I will labor over little detail, like no, they have to have the paw has to look like this kind of breed's paw, blah blah. But I'm actually kind of really liking the thumb. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he does look cool. He does look great. This whole image is pretty cool. I like a lot going on here. It's always fun to observe him. We got diamond paws. We got the front row badges. Maybe you can talk about that a little bit. There's some people asking about what these are.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off, we are looking for some co-pilots, and right now, we have phase 1 for beta access to become one of our co-pilots. And what the requirement is that you have diamond paws, these badges, diamond paws and front row. Now you can get front row anytime because that's, you just check in every week. And you get, you scan the QR code, you check into the live stream every week on your Android. And then you get the front row badge. Diamond paws. I saw Amanda, you asked how you get diamond paws. This one is not able. This is more exclusive. This is the most exclusive badge that we have. This is for anybody who has been with UpRock since before our TGE and was still an active user at the time that we released this badge. So this came out in January. So it was one of those cases of like, once we released the badge, if you got it, you got it. So we're not giving away anymore. We're not assigning this badge anymore. But this is for the people who've been with us since the very, very beginning and are still with us. Now, again, this is before TGE. We will add more paws. I mean, there's a golden paw or something like that. We could change the parameters, but diamond paws is like the most exclusive one. the hardest to get. But anyway, to start off the Copilot group, which, by the way, I will say this. You know what's really interesting is that, so for Diamond Paws, we were like, oh, I wonder how many users we're going to have. Because you know how...
Yeah, this is an interesting stat.
Yeah, you know they are. Like, you know, people like, they kind of like ape in the beginning, and then they, you know, they can just like teeter off. And it was a couple of years since our TGE. So we weren't expecting much. We're like, maybe we lost some of like the early hype, whatever.
Yeah, maybe a couple thousand people, something like that, right?
A couple thousand.
Yeah.
It was what? Was it over 50? Almost 50,000?
Yeah, it was.
It was like, no, I think it was just over 50,000.
Just over 50,000. It was something like that. We were like, whoa, all these folks, and we're double checking everything. Like, okay, are we sure that these accounts are that old? Are we sure? Yeah. And yep, everything we're checking. Like, it actually, the number would get higher and higher. Like, oh my gosh. And
yeah, because it wasn't just because it's clear. It's like, it's not folks who created an account a long time ago and then just disappeared. We made sure it's like you create an account, but then you're still earning. You're still logged into the app, because people get new phones, you uninstall, you reinstall, like a lot could happen, you know, since TGE. So the fact that, so we made sure it's like not just people who create an account, because a lot of folks do that in the beginning, like Jen said, when it's really hype, and then and there are a lot of farmers out there, you know, people who just want token early or airdrops and disappear. But folks who are logging in, they're still contributing, earning the token. That's what we wanted to check out, and like who are the ones been around since the beginning. And that number, we thought, maybe, a few thousand, but it ended up being like over 50,000 or some, a huge number of folks that are like really, really strong and loyal to the community and still contributing, still earning. So that is how you got Diamond Paws. And that's a really strong, that is like our good base that we have. That's a big, really strong base for UpRock.
Yeah. So Kay was nice to know what you got Diamond Paws for. Yeah. I love it. Thank you so much for being with us since the beginning. Love you for that. I love us for having you. So yeah, that's it. So that's what that's the first phase of it. And you asked me to say something about, about the badges. Okay, there you go. That's the deal with the badges. And you know what? Let me just jump ahead just real quick. We're going to keep talking about this. Jesse, if you want to was there something you wanted to say about the Copilot program?
Yeah, so the Copilot.
Jesse, before you do, while I do that, I'm just going to highlight the QR code.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
So you guys can scan this on your Android device. You must
wait. Hold on. I need this.
You want to scan yours right now?
Yeah, of course.
Right. I just needed to scan mine. I can't talk.
We're testing. We got to test.
I got to scan mine too.
I'm in.
Since this is one of the requirements for submitting an application to be in Copilot, one of our Copilots. Go get your badge now, guys. Get your front row badge for this week. Scan that QR code. You can also follow this link. Again, you must be on your Android device. This will not work if you are not.
Yes. So on that point, we have a good plan for iOS. It's very clear now. Rocket AI is a significantly new product and feature that we're going to submit, and we think that will actually be that will put us over and get approved. So before that happens, we will create a pre-registration program. This is a campaign that you can do on iOS that allows us to bring kind of build up hype, get a lot of folk to pre-register. And if you pre-register, I think this is going to be one of the ways that iOS folks can be an early Copilot rocket. So pre-registration means that you sign up through the App Store. We'll send you a link, and as soon as we upload the app and it's approved, that pre-registration turns into an auto install. So you just instantly get UpRock on your app. You don't have to even think about it or wait for it or anything like that. You'll be the first one in, and you'll be first one to be eligible for the Copilot. So it's the fastest way to get in the line. So that's how iOS. We want to make sure we do you guys right. For folks who've been waiting for so long with your iPhone and the early iPhone users, we have, good news is coming. So we'll make up to you with different badges and earning opportunities. But for now, unfortunately, it is only for Android. But stay tuned, because we're not forgetting about you guys. This is constantly something we're working on. We're going to do something great for the iOS community. So
I'm on mute. All right, great. All right. Yeah. So, I guess we'll have more of an update on iOS later on and product updates, although I think that's like mostly, that's pretty much the gist of it. All right, well, let's move on to semantic search.
Oh, real quick. So what is this Copilot? Why are we rolling this? Let's just explain this real quick. Why are we rolling this out in this way? Well, Rocket AI is pretty new. What we've done is actually it's a full like 24/7 Rocket agent. This agent has access to a secure compute, bandwidth, and inference, multiple models. We default to the most efficient, most affordable model. We're making sure that this can be an experience that anyone can use worldwide. If you know a lot of the agent tools out there, whether it's Manus or GenSpark or ChatGPT, Gemini, like the average agent out there starts at like $30 and it goes to $2,000 a month. People are spending a ton of money on OpenClaw, and even like just the mainstream ones, like just look it up on iOS and Android. The minimum plan are $30 to $50 just to use it. And it's really crazy. And it's because they're using a lot of frontier models. And what we're doing is, hey, look, those are great. And we're going to have those options for people who want to actually, use like really crazy wild models. Like C-Dance is really cool for video, but a little expensive. And there's other models like Claude, etc. But there's also a lot of open source models, and some of them are just not quite frontier, but really just pretty close behind. And a lot of times for certain tasks, you can't tell a difference. But the hard part is understanding which ones. You're not spending a lot of time looking at the dozens of models that are out there. But we do. We have actually a whole testing suite that we test all the models to see which are the most efficient per task, and we're just going to auto kind of route to which ones for the best job. And so we want to make this super affordable, put it in the hands of everybody. Rocket's going to be the most rewarding agent in the world. You're already earning tokens. You can cash out when you want because crypto's liquid, or you can swap your earnings for inference. You can get more bang for your buck by spending it on Rocket AI to do anything you want. So that could be like doing deep research, building apps, doing code. Like I said, since it has its own file storage system, it can create files, it can manage files, it can answer any question, it can observe images. They can create images, can create music. They can do all those things. But this is so new to us that we want to be careful about the cost. We really want to know that. So, putting it in the hands of millions of customers and at once, we need to make sure we do this right. And this is why the feedback of the early adopters of the Diamond Paws and the folks who show up to the live stream on front row, you guys are the perfect community to try this out, give us great feedback, tell us what things broke. By the way, also pretty neat. Chris made this system kind of like we're always thinking about how to make this better and better. And I don't want to call it self-healing, but Rocket has its own ticketing system. So you can just tell Rocket if something goes wrong, say, hey, Rocket, create a ticket, and it'll just do so. And with those tickets, you have Maestro, our open source multi-agent framework, where multiple other Rocket forms can automatically fix those tickets. And so that's how it makes experience better and better. So there's more feedback, the smarter the system gets, which is pretty badass. So honestly,
don't give me the credit for creating the trouble ticket system. You should take the credit for the trouble ticket system, because here's what happens. Jesse texts me at 2:00 in the morning. He goes, "Why did my Rocket say this?"
Yeah.
I go, "Oh Jesus! All right, let me see why Rocket said that." And then I finally realized that I needed the most important skill I could teach his Rocket was to report bugs on its own and put them into the bug tracker. Because you know what I do when he texts me at 2:00 in the morning with a bug? I go write it down in the bug tracker. Now this is peak AI. Peak AI is one of your best friends, one of your lifelong business partners. When he texts you at 2:00 in the morning, AI puts that into the bug tracker.
Yeah. Now I complain to Rocket, but I'm like indirectly complaining to Rocket about you.
That's great.
Hey, Rocket, why does this feature suck so bad? Tell Chris. No.
That's what's going on.
Can you tag Chris real quick? Like,
that explains a lot of what's going on.
But yeah, you're gonna be able to just like address issues there. So it's a lot of cool stuff that's coming. This is actually when I kind of original mission of making this kind of the world's best, most rewarding reward program, and making a wallet that you can talk to and a reward program you can talk to like a friend. Like this actually finally coming to fruition. Like this is actually possible. Rocket never gets tired. It's always ready to hunt the deal, ready to fetch whatever you want 24/7. basically on your side. Keep your wallet safe. It's not, it just wants to be the most rewarding assistant ever. That's what the doggo is about. And so, and it can really just monitor. It can monitor, track, crawl, scrape, all the tools that we're providing businesses right now. Companies are asking us to do the hardest problems for their company, to gather web intelligence, like really tough problems that other search APIs and proxies, usually they all fail or break. We get those jobs because only a distributed network like UpRock can actually deliver on that. We have a full browser engine. That's what the UpRock task can actually runs on. We have a fuel engine that we call it, the Rocket Fuel Engine. And that allows us to do some amazing web intelligence jobs, which means that's why you're going to start seeing more crawl jobs in your wallet earnings as well. But all that power will be in the hands of every single person too, in a way that's really simple and useful and through human language. So instead of having to, read API docs or understand what proxies are, you just talk to Rocket. It's just accessible to everyone. That's the power of that's what's the beauty of AI. The best version of AI is that you just use your human language. So yeah, this is it. So it's gonna be very, very, very powerful. No crazy, weird, complicated setup of OpenCall and Hermes, and those are great. And some people love the idea of like owning every single part of the stack. And there's reasons for that too. And you can definitely want to do that. But sometimes having the best in class security protocols, privacy, all the models pre-integrated, all the best skills kind of pre-vetted, all that experience just in your mobile, so you can just one tap start talking and using. That's also a huge need for that, and that's what we're building with Rocket AI. And so that's that. So that's kind of the that's where it's on. That's why we've been cooking on it for so long. It's not as easy as just putting it out there because then it would be too messy and complicated, like the current agents all are. But we want to lower it out in a good way. So the first Diamond Pause, you guys are watching first early access, and we're really super excited about that. But that's kind of nutshell what this Copilot is about, to be the first Copilot. You're going to get access to the really cool first features. Okay?
Yes, I'm sure we're going to have some more. We'll have more in the future ways to join our Copilots. Because you don't have to just be Diamond Pause for that. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I already told Jesse, I want to roll this out progressively. So I really want to make sure that this is a great experience for everybody. A few people, the Rocketeers, have access to a very, very early version of this, and they will attest. And I hope everybody is always honest about their experience. I think there's been some really highlights, and there's also been a few rough spots, and that's why we haven't released it to a bigger group yet, because it mostly works except for occasionally when it doesn't, and we want to make sure that those occasionally when it doesn't really are all ironed out before we make it to a bigger group. But so we're going to roll this out a little bit. Plus, the reason I love to say it's a Copilot role is because the Copilot is usually the guy who the pilot sends outside when it's raining to do the walk around. So think about it that way. Mostly it's sunny days and it's a beautiful flying. Once in a while it rains a little bit and you got to put on your raincoat and go kick the tires while it's raining. But this is going to be great for the community. We're going to roll this out in a couple of batches. And I also told Jesse, and I'm really sincere about this, I told everybody on the team, I don't want to drag this out for like a really long pilot where it's like groups and groups and groups. Just a couple weeks, and then we get it out to everybody.
Good point.
Yeah.
This is not some kind of enforced scarcity, or we're doing this to drum them. It really is the case that we've been running it with about 40, 50 people who have access. We have crushed thousands of bugs, and now we want to open it up, but I want to make sure that as we see it running, we make sure everybody's having a great experience. And that way, if we need more servers, if we need more resources, we make sure they're there before the next level.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. Love it.
Very good.
Cool.
All right. I think I'm losing. All right. Okay, let's move on. Speaking of tools.
Yes.
Last week, Christopher shared a demo of semantic video search.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I don't know if you're ready for another demo right now, Christopher.
I need 5 minutes. For some reason, the audio is
you want me to summarize what this is about?
Yes, please.
Explain why you might care.
Yeah, summarize what this is about. Yes, please.
Okay. So semantic video search. Currently, if you ask, ChatGPT or something to do some research for you, and it happens to be a video. Like maybe you're you don't know what you want to cook for dinner tonight, so might look up YouTube, or you're looking for restaurants to eat at.
Whoa! How did you know what I was going to use for a demo video?
Or there's a bunch of or you're in a new country or on vacation. And a lot of times the best restaurant reviews are actually on TikTok, and there's a ton of them. There's a lot of them out there, and you want to save some time. But if you want to ask your AI to, hey, why don't you watch some reviews with me and give me your opinion, what you think, and then also tell me what looks good and what I'm kind of in the mood for. Like, I don't know, let's say you can say I'm in the mood for Asian food or Italian food or whatever. You can talk just like a regular like that, and then have your AI kind of watch videos with you and be on the lookout for kind of what you're in the mood for and save you some time. Right now, I can't do that. None of the AIs can actually do that. It might look at the transcript, like a lot of videos have subtitles, for people who have can't listen, audio captioning, right? Or just that, or subtitles for translation. But it actually can't watch the video. Like true processing of the video frames is not possible. Well, we made that possible. And so now you can ingest any video source and have your AI watch the videos for you. So this could be useful for you if you're a content creator and you don't have time to watch a bunch of channels. You just want to get a summary. You don't want the transcripts really. You want to know what's actually in the video. And then if there's something cool that happens, you want to say, hey, make sure once this kind of thing happens, some visual thing happens, I still want to see that. I don't want to just skip the whole thing, but give me the highlights and then give me timestamps of when you think I should be paying attention or like I should start the video. Because if you're a content creator, that's your world. You're watching other people's videos all day long, and it can be time consuming. And sometimes it'd be nice to have a teammate that can also watch some videos for you. Well, now you can have actually a Rocket Copilot actually watch videos for you, or businesses are doing this with us right now, early partners. So obviously the goal is to put it out with Rocket, but this is what semantic video search is about. Semantic means just like semantics. So you can talk about a video with human language and say, tell me when someone mentions why and when some visual thing happens on the screen in the frame. And we can actually deliver that for companies and for individuals. And that's pretty sweet because so much of the internet's content is video. And but it's time consuming, right? You guys know, like if you've ever had to buy something and you love using YouTube for reviews, how many tabs you open, how many hours of time you spend just to watch them all. And how nice would it be if you have your assistant can actually watch a bunch of videos with you? You still definitely want to watch them, right? It's not like you're not gonna just say, hey, I'll float this entire task and you watch all the videos and just give me a recommendation. A lot of times you want to say, hey, which videos are good, or which ones tell me the timestamps that are important, or just say, hey, you take care of these 5, and if there's one good, let me know. I'm going to watch these 2 other ones. Those are kind of things that are not possible, those use cases. So
yeah, and so actually, it's just amazing. The use case that you just shared with like travel itinerary and restaurants. Curious to hear what you guys think are great use cases. How would you use semantic search with this? Because it will be in your hands.
Yeah.
So when it is, how would you like to use it?
Yeah, I mean that's a good one because the travel is a really good one because all those travel agencies, they're all thinking about AI, how to improve their experience, because a lot of people book their. This is an interesting stat. I think Travelocity or Expedia put out some interesting data about this, but I like that. But a lot of the average travel planner, the time to book a travel, a lot of times it's like 6 or 8 months in advance, and it's very complicated. The user journey from when you decide to go on a trip to booking a trip, and the first time what makes a decision happen. A lot of times it can be from an image, it can be from a text from a friend, it could be from a video you watched, and that kind of lingers in your mind. Or it can just be, hey, I have only 2 weeks free from my job in this month, so you start planning like 6 months in advance to find good deals. But a lot of it is based on video and images. And I think that's a whole world that's been untouched, or like really not very explored with AI, because so much AI is just chat and text messages. But you really make decisions, the final decisions on travel and restaurants and all that, is a lot of it's really pictures and video.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you spend so much time opening tabs and doing all that stuff. So imagine you can just drop in a similar video or similar vibe that you like and say, hey, I love this vibe of this video of this influencer posting their vacation. Can you start looking for vacations that has a similar vibe?
Yeah,
Like,
that would be great.
That is hardest. How do you, that's like, it can't really do that, you know, without semantic search. Or drop in a picture and say, hey, this is the picture I like. Someone shared this. I really want to go to a place like this, or restaurant that looks like this, or the plate that looks like this. Just start watching videos of restaurants that have a similar dishes or similar aesthetic, you know.
You know, I think also just dawned on me what else could be it could be useful for. College students who who can study remotely. And then just get like the summary of the recorded lecture.
Oh,
yeah. But this is way better than that, because I mean, people have been doing that. I mean, God knows, back at my last corporate gig, I had a whole AI setup going that would go to my Zoom meetings and then dump the because you know Zoom automatically does captions, and it would just take those and summarize them. But that's not very good because you miss all the visual information. And Jen, sorry everyone for this was taking a minute. I was having trouble with a weird file format. Anyway. Because this is all internal stuff. Jen, if you would like to share my screen, I'll give a little show and tell. So, hello, everyone. We talked about this last week, and we showed it off live in a terminal. So here's a screenshot of this running in an actual browser. And you can see we searched for Jesse wearing sunglasses. And this is what we mean by video search. It's not just what we say. It's what's visually there. The fact that Jesse is wearing sunglasses is not probably obvious from the text. Like even if you transcribe what we talk about. Now, maybe in our live stream, occasionally it is because we make jokes about it. But just in general, what's happening on the screen is not always at all apparent. So this is a quick example of that. But let's talk about what it means for an AI to watch video, right? It's not practical to ask the AI to watch 60 frames per second. So what we need to do is we need to take the video and we need to extract from it a set of frames that represent what's happening in a section of video. So here is, you know, so Rocket has all of this video. So if we try to cram 60 frames per second times 4K into a model, it just explodes. It's not useful. It's not practical. And so here's an example from one of my favorite YouTube chefs, Chef John, of taking a video of him cutting up some salmon and actually just picking a bunch of frames from it. And if you're sitting there going, okay, this isn't so bad, I agree with you. It's not so bad, but you'll see we get a lot of really blurry images. We get a lot of like, what's going on here? I have no idea. And so it's not bad. This was the version we showed off a week ago, was based on this. You sort of have some idea of what's going on there, but we can do better. And so a couple of people have been cooking on this all week. What's interesting here is we actually, I think the way we're doing this is not something that really anybody else is doing right now. So what we realized is Rocket can, or our AI models in general, but we call them all Rocket. Rocket can hold about 16 pictures in memory at once. So what we need to do for each representative chunk of video is we need to find the 16 images that best represent that. We need to find the 16 images that tell the story even without the audio, the 16 images the 16 paintings, if you want, that are like the storyboard for what is happening in the video. So we did lots and lots of math and this and that, and looked at some old algorithms and some new algorithms. Interestingly, there's a version of this that I worked on almost 15 years ago that gave me some ideas. Now with the power of GPUs and AI processing, some ideas for how to attack this. So anyway, this is what we came up with. So you'll notice we don't always get the first frame, but every single frame is sharp and clear. Every single frame, we analyze every frame, but we tell the complete story of what's happening. He's turning the salmon, he's cutting down the middle. By the way, you'll see at the top is the full speed video for reference. So this is, by the way, what AI research is like, a lot of this. He turns it sideways, he puts the knife in the middle. So on this one, each image is clear, each image is telling the story. If you see, if you look at only the 16 images, the bottom half of this video only had 16 images, and it tells the whole story. And it's way better than the first version I showed. Way, way better. We did a bunch of analysis and like evaluation on this, and we saw that. So that's one part. But the other part is, and we talked about this a little, it's not very useful if you don't know what's being said in the audio as well. So let me just turn my audio on here. So this is, so in addition to that, of course, we extract whatever's being said on screen, which is something that lots of sites can, maybe not lots, a few sites can do. YouTube does this. It does automated captioning and stuff like that, but it doesn't do them at web scale, which the UpRock community now does. We do this where the whole community, when your device is ingesting the video for the network, it's also figuring out what's being said. And we're not necessarily taking what they have, what some video site has there. We're actually, Rocket is listening to the audio. So here's an example of that.
An inch or so, right? Going down to the skin, but not slicing through. And then because this was a nice thick piece, I'm going to make one cut down the center. And once that's been accomplished, we will place our knife in one of the cuts near the center. And then we'll slice straight against the skin. And once we get to the end, all those pieces are just going to fall off. And by the way, I'm glad I'm not doing this in a restaurant with a chef watching me, since I definitely would have got yelled at for leaving that much on the skin.
So that's it. Rocket does this now automatically. So now when Rocket watches a video, it's getting that storyboard of what happened. It sees what's happening. And because we've been doing this work to have the great extraction, we can actually match exactly the words or the audio that is being said or being broadcast or whatever the audio is. We can match it perfectly with the action on the screen. And we can actually use the text, the audio that's being spoken, to determine which are the most relevant images. This is actually, this is pretty cutting edge these days. There's really very few or nobody that's doing that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment, and then I'm going to give one more example that I really liked, and also just to sort of show off that this doesn't just work with my favorite YouTube chef, but here's one that's a very hard example, as you'll see in a moment when we start it off. And share screen again. Jen, I'm afraid I shall have to ask you one more. Oh wait, I can just upload this as a video file.
Yep. Yep. I think so. Try it.
Let's do. We're gonna try this, Jen. Samples.
And what's great about this, we can ingest any video source. So where this gets amazing is, like, we have lots of hours of live stream, but say a company, or maybe you just like a favorite channel, or like you said, you're a content creator, or just there's like 10 channels that are about food and reviews. Each channel could have 100 videos. And this is the power of this. You can have 1,000 videos, 10,000 videos ingested, consumed. And now you can talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Was I the one who was accidentally hitting play?
No, go ahead.
That was me. Oh, I put it on stage and then it automatically played. And I think we might have both been hitting the pause button at the same time and undoing each other's work.
Anyway, so here's one from a random TikTok video I found. And again, one of your devices downloaded this video, listens to it, and notice now, if you look at the speech at the bottom, it doesn't just know what's being said. It knows that there's two different people talking. And look at the colors. It pays attention to the fact that there's two different people talking, and it actually uses that to frame the shots. And if this is something you're interested in, I encourage you, take your hand and place it over the left-hand side. Place it over the side where the video is playing at full speed. And just look at the right-hand side and see there's only 16 images here, and it fully tells the story. So let's see how.
I'm here with Bryson, and he's going to show me his trick shot over the house here.
It's not that hard, man. It's just a little chip shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we see?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa. That is great over the house.
All right. It's just a little chip shot.
I'm nervous. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bryson. I'm so sorry. I need my ball. I gotta get out of here. There it is. Sorry.
Does insurance cover this? Hey!
So
beautiful.
First of all, TikTok magic or whatever. But the 16 images on the right fully tell the story, and that's what Rocket now is able to search over. It doesn't just hear the audio. It doesn't just see the text. It doesn't just see the images. It has them all together at the same time, and that's what we mean when we say semantic video. That's what we mean when we say semantic video search. So. That's something that you guys, that we are powering now, that we are giving to customers. Jesse is right. We have a customer who is already testing this and was in fact asking for more. I need to, right after live stream, I need to read his latest message. I didn't have a chance to read it all. So
yeah, exactly. And so you can just watch. You can watch videos for you, give you summary. You can ask. I mean, you can literally say, what was the you know, you can everything you saw in that video. It's like the transcript. It's smart enough to know all of it combined. But if you said what were their outfits, what color pants were they wearing, what happened to the second shot, and like look like he hit the window. It'll know all that, which is pretty powerful. This is why. And so just take this across thousands of videos for your own personal use case, or like if you spend a lot of time watching videos just for your own personal, for your own business or for your website or your content creator yourself, and you just feel like you're spending so much time just watching it and you want someone to just help watch with you and pick out what's important, this is the tool that for you. And this is for businesses as well. So whether you just going through transcripts or you're doing research at massive scale or want to see what's trending or popular, there's just so many interesting use cases once you have an AI that can actually watch videos with you and you can ask questions about it. So the one you mentioned, I think about Jen, with college students with watching
the professors
videos. What's cool about that is
it can see the chalkboard too.
Chalkboard, and you can actually ask smarter questions about the lecture because it's not just trying to find the transcript and just saying, hey, well, this is what the professor said. What if the professor stopped and did a demo, like a science demo? You know, it won't capture any of that. It'll just say, well, it looks like the science. It looks like the teacher at minute 5 did a demo. He mentions it in the transcript, but I can't watch the video, so I have no idea what actually happened. It'll say something like, it'll literally say something like that. Like, I think there's something interesting for you at minute 5, but I can't see it. But now the AI can see it and kind of summarize what happened. Like, hey, you should actually check this out. It's a pretty cool little demo. He wrote an interesting formula on the chalkboard. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, imagine how this becomes like a professor's assistant, another PA, because you can be able to. I mean, one, if you want to be lazy in school and waste your hard-earned money by not actually paying attention, just getting the summaries of the lectures, you could absolutely do that. But if you are trying to really deep dive and you with your lectures, recorded lectures, and go through them, you can, and you didn't have a chance to ask the question in class.
Yeah.
Well, you can ask more questions with the AI. You could say, okay, well, what happened here? Give me a summary of this. Okay, show me what he said in in minute 14:36, right? Let's go into that demo, and then maybe eventually this could evolve into something like, okay, give me more examples about this demo that he gave me, or my professor.
But
they gave me.
I mean, yes, that's all true.
I'm not saying this is what today. I'm saying it's how things can evolve.
No, it's I mean, maybe, but I think honestly, I think university lectures are just not the interesting use case for this. For me, is about the fact that so much of the useful information we find online. Think about how you searched for a product a year ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
How often you would see shitty blogs or shitty recommendation sites, and as soon as you saw them, you saw it was all affiliate links, and you knew it was trash. But you saw one discussion on Reddit, and you knew that was the real talk. Right? That was the real discussion, what you were actually looking for. Yeah. And the problem is today, if you want to know what someplace or something or some product or some event or some location is really like, maybe you get lucky and there's a discussion about it on Reddit. We talked about this with NavByte. But actually, honestly, working on NavByte, for instance, really made this clear to me. So much of the discussion is on Instagram and is on TikTok and is on other social media. People are posting videos all the time, and that's the real information. And it started as people would maybe write something on a forum and they would post a video separately. But now people often don't write anything at all. They go somewhere, they post the videos. That is the information. All the information that I mean, obviously not all, that overstates it. But in addition to all the written information that we need, so much of the current information about what's happening, what things look like, what's really going on, etc., is in video form. And so Rocket has to be able to watch that video. It's not, I mean, to me, to my mind, like, obviously we can talk about very video specific use cases, but to my mind, the answer to this question is, if you go on X, for instance, and I think X is maybe the best example of this, we as humans know how to read. And we read stuff, but we see the video playing right in line. It's just part of the experience for us. We don't think about the fact that, like, oh, that came from a video or that came from the text somebody wrote. we synthesize all that information into what we understand. And that's what Rocket has to do in order to truly be browsing the web.
Yep.
Yes. And you know, I like what's Drew's, it's the School of Summary degree instead of a BS degree. You get an SOS. But yeah, you know, like I was talking about college professors, but you know, tutorials on YouTube, like for anything. Like you just showed a tutorial how to cut sashimi.
Mm-hmm.
Tutorial.
There was some kind of, I think it was actually from a pasta video, but yeah, cutting salmon.
Pasta video. Tutorial on, like, if you are a graphic designer, how to do a specific thing on Illustrator. If there is a graphic designer that you really enjoy, follow that person across all their platforms, and what they're sharing on X, what they're sharing on Instagram, what they're sharing on YouTube. And this, you get the tips on, this is how this specific designer that I really like, how they do these things.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
And so there's many different things, or if you're learning how to program, although, you know, now we have Claude to help us with this. Or like what Mander was just doing. Mander's talking about, you know, setting up their own open Claude, like really self-taught over the past few weeks. You know, I'll summarize all the, I don't know where you got all surely you watched a bunch of tutorials and, you know, read a bunch of stuff. But yeah, this would make it just even easier. Because,
you know, that you made me think of something else too. What could also, you know, there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of folks who are live streaming on Twitch. There's a lot of content out there. People don't catch it while it's happening. So it's, you know, they'll watch the live stream or they'll find clips of it. And there's a lot of folks who go through a bunch of content and find like the spicy clips or something that's really interesting and pull them out and make smaller clips. And so sometimes that's really hard to do if you're online, if you're streaming for like 10, 12 hours, right? And you're doing this every single day. And so you could literally say, hey, I want you to watch like my favorite live streams. You know, it could be 10 of them. And that's 10, you know, that's like 100 hours of streams. And just say, hey, can you just let me know when something crazy happens or when they say something spicy or some wild thing that I think my friends or my channel would be interested in, and just give me those timestamps. It can save a lot of time for like even like the past recorded live streams and just go through. That is what's possible. You can even try like have it analyze even like on Twitch, and like if people are playing whatever kind of any kind of game, you could just say, hey, analyze the last 100 games of this player and see. Analyze how his playing tactics and how and and like what's tell me what's his, is he mostly aggressive? What's kind of the general moves this guy constantly does? analyze his playing skills. Against them. You know,
or like if you're gonna learn how to, if you're gonna play a game against somebody, like analyze their moves. So this is
the moves, how they talk. Plays. Yeah, tell me what I should say that can shake them.
Yeah. You know, it just also occurred to me, this could also like be this is a super powerful tool. And it's also like super powerful for anybody who uses it, including the cancel culture folks. Like, notify me every time this person says this word.
Yeah. Luckily, cancel culture is losing its power.
Right? Yeah. And they take things out of context.
Yeah. That's true. Luckily, it's losing. Luckily, those folks are losing their power. But yeah.
Yes. And also, luckily, we have search like this. Semantic search like this could also give you context.
Yeah, and yes, you can actually do it faster. Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly. Well,
so
that's
a great
demo, Christopher.
Yeah, it's good. Even as we've been discussing, a couple of people on the team have just been pinging me and reminded me of something I said to them the other day. They said they wanted me to share it because they thought it was so good. So there was this great YouTube series called Every Frame of Painting, and it was about like analysis of film and stuff like that. And I think that really summarizes what we're trying to do with this in terms of how we make Rocket great. And it's a mindset that extends, because apparently I've used this phrase several times. Somebody said I used it like last year. I don't remember that, but anyway. But the idea behind it is not just can we collect everything from the internet, but that because we're a community-powered network, because all of us are doing this together, we can filter out the noise and we can just take the good parts. And so these video demos are great because they're so visual. Everybody who watches can really see how it works. But the idea is we don't just take whatever. We don't take the blurry frames. We don't take the random black frame between the streams. We look at it, and every frame we take is a painting that tells the story. But that's honestly, even though it's hard to visually explain this, that's what we're doing with all the other information we're collecting as well. As we collect information from web pages or from other images or all kinds of data sources, that same mindset applies. And that's how Rocket works. And that's why Rocket is great, because Rocket is not purely about taking everything. It's about sort of process everything, but just take the paintings that tell the story.
Right. Great way to put it. That's awesome.
So,
cool. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we can move on. I'm so excited about this. And you know, the other reason I'm so excited about this, I'll just tell you guys, you know, for people who show up, it's nice. Sometimes we talk about this stuff, and I know I do a lot of demos in the terminal because I live in the terminal most of the day. But I love being able to show something that I think is super visual and that everybody will be able to understand. Because I worry sometimes when I present the terminal that people are like, whatever. But like that, this is something that I think is very visually understandable. So that's exciting to be able to share.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher, you're also very good at presenting things. Like, even if it's in the terminal, you're very
True.
good.
That's very true.
Yes.
And for folks who are not interested, you know, if you're not totally into the AI agent stuff yet, but you're just into the rewards, the key thing here also is that we have customers that are looking for this. They're asking for this. After this call, we're actually delivering on some features for this. They'll pay for this. Paying for this, the revenue we get for semantic video search goes right back to buying the token. It helps the token price. So these are like, you know, we have the network, we have the real device distribution, we have the infrastructure built out, the fuel engine to ingest the videos, all the pieces that are in place to actually make this a product that we can go out and sell. And so this demo is showing you it actually works, and that's why we have customers that are interested in it. So for folks who are not quite interested in the AI stuff yet, personally, or like, why should I care if I'm just earning rewards? Well, it matters because the rewards you earn will go up in value as we build up more our revenue and build up our business and get more contracts. And this is the single best thing we can do for you to make your earnings worthwhile, is that we need to go out and sell the data, sell the infrastructure that this entire million device network actually offers. And this is why we share it to you and why we spend some time to talk about it.
Exactly. And I would be remiss if I didn't share the tokenomics page. So head over to uprock.com/tokenomics. You see it highlighted there for more information on how that works. Our tokenomics works when revenue comes in, buy back and burn, all that stuff, what it does to your token. Also, I would be remiss if we did not remind you that if all of this stuff is super interesting to you and you're playing around with it, and hey, you know, maybe you're making content as well, sign up for our creator program, because and if you're part of our content creator, or if you're part of our creator program, uprock.com/community is where you'll find it. If you're part of that program and you make content and you refer new paying users to us, you get 30% lifetime rev share of that account. So you make some great content, somebody signs up and decides to, hey, I want to pay for an account here with use these UpRock tools. Shoot, if it's a company, even better, you get 30% of that lifetime revenue. Or 30% revenue lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Good reminder.
One demo to another. Christopher, you talked at the top of the hour, or at the beginning of the live stream, about n8n.
Yes, I did.
So let's talk about this, because you were very.
I would love to.
Okay.
Take it away.
Or Jesse, you go ahead. This was
okay. This one we don't spend as much time on. It's a big deal because, it's, you know, when you need to you can't just build it and hope people will come. You need to put your product out there where your customers potentially are. And there's a lot of folks who build agent workflows, complex agent workflows to do tasks 24/7 autonomously while you sleep. And that could be, and those tasks are very intricate, and they could be using a lot of different tools, different agents, different skills. And so n8n became very popular because they have this kind of visual way of building out these workflows. And so the workflow could be like, hey, I want you to find leads for my business. Like, I don't know, could it be like LinkedIn? First use one tool to do a bunch of research on companies that could be potential customers, and then use another tool to find names of the people who are decision makers, and then do another search that could find out maybe what their full last name, what their background is, maybe their email, if they have a LinkedIn profile. And then maybe another tool to actually load their LinkedIn profile and grab that information and then clean it up and put it into like a database like Airtable or Google Sheets or something. And then you want to have another one that has an agent craft personalized email for each, maybe let's say 100 LinkedIn or just leads you found. And then you might want to have another agent, that actually responsible for reviewing it, if you want, like another one, and then send those emails out. And another one that actually responds to follow-ups. And people are doing these things for their businesses. This is why you can have like a one woman, one person startup now, if you can take some time to build up a workflow. And some of it, what's nice about n8n is it's a huge community that's doing this stuff. People are creating videos to show how to make their own workflows. Everyone's teaching each other how to do it. Here's how I create my workflow. How do you create your workflow? And if you want to upload to n8n, they even require you to upload a video workflow to help people understand how to add your tools to the workflow. Yeah, that's what n8n is. So we have to be here because customers are there, and our skills that UpRock Community powers is an awesome skill that the n8n community should know all about.
Well, and this is I want to go a little bit further. So n8n has, according to them, over 1.7 million users right now, active users, people who are actively using.
Yeah.
And one of the core complaints when we looked at this, and we looked at what it was, as well as hearing from them and others about what would work. The problem is a lot of these workflows have, here's I'm going to send it to, let's say, an OpenAI model to generate some text, and then or to read it, and then I'm going to send it to a video model to, but how does it actually get information from the web? How does it actually know what to start with? A lot of the workflows you see is it'll literally be like, you'll build this whole workflow, and then at the very beginning, when you see people demoing how to use it, at the very beginning, they'll be dragging in a spreadsheet that has all the information. So, okay, it'll go through row by row or whatever.
Right.
How do you start that process? How do you actually get information from the web? Or it'll be a whole process that creates super cool, there's plenty of workflows for creating video content or creating blog content or whatever. But in not every case, but the vast majority of the cases, what you see is there's this fundamental disconnect where the person who's actually building the workflow has to go do the research and get the information and stuff like that. And so now with and there are some other integrations with some crawlers there, but certainly in our opinion, nothing that's as good as the UpRock tools. And so now they've approved our integration. So anyone who's building an n8n workflow, and this is not just, and because we went and did this isn't something where it's a separate package and you have to download it and run it yourself or whatever. It's just right there for anybody to drag into their workflow and to be able to access our super awesome web research and our super awesome web accessibility.
Yep, web crawl, sweep, deep research. I mean, this is a place where we'll add the semantic video. So
the video,
I'll all be here. And if you go to n8n and type in crawler or scraper or these kind of keywords that are very popular and common, not much shows up. And now UpRock will show up. So so we just this is really exciting because this just means more people will be exposed to the UpRock tools. More developers who are creating amazing workflows, who are using agents for their business, will now see. UpRock will now show up in their search directory of tools that they need, crawler search, web research, etc. We will show up, and so this is another great way for us to increase our customer base, increase our revenue, and like I said, there's millions of customers there, so that's pretty awesome. That's why this is great. So we will probably I think next maybe next live stream, if you guys are interested, we can also do a screenshot and share the video we uploaded next week. We'll probably post it on our socials anyway, and then let you know how it goes. But if you are using agents and you're interested in multi-agent frameworks and tools to set up a multi-agent or just an agent workflow, this is one of the more popular ones out there. So now you can use UpRock with it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited. Big props to the team. big props to Tufi and Ridvan, who worked really hard on this, and everybody else who helped work on it, because other people helped a little bit here and there. It was kind of a long process, and they have a very non-trivial approval process to actually, become a core available tool. Yeah, very excited, and this is another great distribution for the whole team. Sorry, go ahead.
I think to celebrate, Ridvan should get on camera, and so we can all thank you properly.
It's about time. I mean, we're getting close to most. How many more? How much more slides or product updates do we got, Jen?
Well, we just want to do a handful more. We want to do a quick highlight on some of these great posts that you have been sharing on X. I could just share the links to everybody. If you haven't seen them, guys, Jesse's on X.
Well, all shucks.
And he's got some really great posts here that you guys should check out, talking about semantic video search, just a whole bunch. Actually, there's the text is so small I can't really see it. But let me share on here.
I know I need to break it up more often.
You know what, Jesse? I actually did notice today on your X feed, because most of you post all the time, but you're usually posting a reply. Yeah. And you have great thoughtful posts that you post as a reply to another post. It doesn't show up on your main feed. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's so what you used to, at least what you used to have to do, I think, is that if you were like going to tag somebody, if it starts off with a tag to whoever you're replying to, you put a dot before that. I mean, that's how it used to work when it was Twitter. I don't know about now, but you should take a look at that. Okay. Well, I also think I should break it up a little bit. I think the main gist here is that, one, I was super excited about semantic video search. So that was one point. The other post, I think, was around, recently there was news of a search API company called Exa that raised $250 million. They've been around for a few years. And they're a search API for agents. So the idea is that there's other competitors like Tavily and Exa and Brave. Exa is one of them. And so they're in the news, and search APIs in the news. Yeah. And so we're just highlighting some of my thoughts around that. But also in the past couple months, the customers that we're working with, what's really interesting is that it's been really clear. People are using agents to do a lot more on the web. And inference is a big part of it, like having your AI think and do reasoning and logic, called inference. That's one of the biggest costs, the token costs, literally while you're paying for all this stuff, is to be able to reason and logic and give outputs. But another big cost of agents, and the biggest use case of all, even actually the first use case, the killer application of the internet, is the browser for humans. And it turns out it's actually the same thing for agents, but they use different tools because they can do a lot more, different things. Obviously, they can load a lot more stuff, summarize more things. And so there's new products like search APIs that allow agents to more efficiently crawl the internet. Well, here's the thing. A lot of these search APIs go through data centers, and companies like Exa are buying GPUs to do so, to be able to process all the information and requests that they're getting. But what we're seeing from our own customers, and where we're shining in our moat of real devices, real browsers on the edge, is a lot of these companies are blind to all the actual hardest problems that agents are coming across on the internet. It's super hostile. The structural blindness of there's bot blockers, there's CAPTCHAs, there's login things, there's geofencing, there's geo restrictions. If it detects in any way that it's not a real browser or a real device, and it thinks it's a virtual device or coming through a data center, instant blocked. If it's any way decided it's an agent, it might be rate limited. Some companies like Cloudflare actually, I don't know how much they're doing this now, but they posted this last year. If they detect you're an agent, they'll put up a fake version of the site so that you actually get fake information. So it's super hostile out there. It's not very efficient. The stupid part about all that is big companies have the resources and the teams and the data scientists and the money to pay for proxies and scrapers. So it only puts up blockers for everyone else. Literally everyone else. It's not the big companies. They've been going out and scraping your stuff all day long, and so you need the tools to do it yourself. Go ahead.
even still, we've got some pretty big companies, at least one particularly good-sized company that does a lot. Well, there's good size in the amount of stuff they do on the web that we've been talking to. We're about to send them back. Actually, well, we'll get to product updates in a minute, but just did an update related for them. But the thing is, even then, there's this mindset where there's these companies that are building huge teams and they're trying to attack the problem by not actually browsing the web. And I mean, this is also a lot of the source of some of the legitimate complaints about it is like, okay, I built my website, and instead of having real devices accessing it at the kind of pace that real devices access a website at, somebody's taking the digital equivalent of a fire hose and just spraying down my server, and that makes it really not. They don't respect the sites and stuff like that, and we try to be very respectful of everybody in the ecosystem, including websites. We run websites as well. I certainly have for my whole life practically, certainly ever since I got online. And so by doing that, we can actually provide real data, real information. We are our community, all of us. We are the browsers for the agents. We are the eyes and ears. We're how they go out and do the web. And so it actually turns out sometimes people come to us with this problem and they go, oh my God, this problem is so hard. You guys, can you even solve it? And our answer is often, sometimes it's quite challenging, yes, but often for us, it's not nearly as hard as it probably is for other people, because we're not trying to fake having a million active IPs, a million active devices out there that can actually access the internet for real, and that can actually load web pages for real and interact with the web for real. We just actually do it. Like the best trick, it's like it's like the best magic trick is the one that you really did. Like there's no trick, you just did it. And that is what we as a community, UpRock, we're the trick. We're the real deal. There's no magic trick here. We just did it. We just a million.
You can't buy 100. You can't buy 100 GPUs and replace millions of community members. It's impossible. Right. You cannot do it. You cannot GPU your way out of this problem. And and it's like the edge is where I think it's going to get more and more interesting. More people are going to want it's more efficient to do things on the edge. This is the power of the UpRock community, the real device, real browsers. And that's so part of that article was like, there's a lot of huge companies that are doing search APIs, but they're all kind of centralized servers and from data centers. But what you really want is you want the human AI pair to be on the edge, actually. And when you do that, you unlock the internet. You unblock the internet in the most efficient, best way possible. And that's what's awesome. So I'm really excited because it's like, it's been the vision of how we're building this from day one. It's exactly what our mobile team, our skills of our team, why we're in a unique position to have an unfair advantage of what we're building compared to other companies. It's because this is what we do, what we're expert operators at. We build mobile. We've been mobile startups for so long. Build a mobile app store. We built a VPN browser. We built a VPN protocol that was optimized for mobile. And this is where we think, and all the stuff, most of the time you're spending your time on your phone. And this is where agents want to live too. It turns out agent human pair on the phone, on the edge, is the most powerful way to use the internet. And so, I think I like every day we unlock new features. And when we get customers, I think, Chris, I think this is the point I'm trying to make here is like, they have all these customers we're talking to now. They have access. They have huge teams. They went out and searched for Exa, Tavily, and all these other companies, but they couldn't find the solution, so they found us because it still had a problem with it. They just couldn't find the solution.
Or let's give you credit, Jesse. In some cases, you found them, but they were looking, and now they know. Now they know that we exist, right? Like sometimes people find you when you show up and you go, "Hello."
Exactly. Exactly. And you just realize, it's not the problems. The problem on the problem with agents and all that, it's only getting more complicated. Nothing's getting simpler, and and so when we're talking to folks, I think I've been really leaning in on that too. It's like, hey, we deliver. We're not. I don't even talk about scrapers anymore. We just deliver outcomes. Like when your proxy or scraper breaks, we deliver. And so your hardest problem is give us a data challenge, and we can handle it and deliver for you. And so that kind of promise has been so far we've been able to keep that promise. and actually work hard on these
Yeah,
use cases. And the more we do that, our engine gets smarter. Like every time we do our rocket engine, we'll get smarter for the next customer.
I've been phrasing it a little differently. You and I probably need to. I'm going to use a corporate word for a moment here. You and I need to align on our messaging, sir. But what I've been telling, we need to synergize in order to achieve optimal alignment on our.
Double click on that.
But, let's right click, open new tab later. Yeah.
But what I've been telling people, I've just like you, I very much simplified the explanation, and it's what I've been telling people is simply, we are the web for AI agents. We are how AI agents access the web. And then when they start to ask more questions, I explain that means real devices, real ability to interact, etc. But just put it in a one sentence. We bring the web to AI agents. And I've been thinking about that, like intelligence. I think intelligence swarm, the web's first intelligence swarm, is also really interesting, because I think swarm, just that word alone, implies that it's a huge community helping each other, and there's enough movies about that, and so it's like kind of controversial. It's kind of exciting. What does a swarm mean? But yeah, the web's it's also an intelligent swarm. It's the evolution of DeepIn, where every single node out there is actually agentic, agentic, smart, and not just, and also grounded with the human. The powerful point of this is that's a human agent pair that creates this new web, and we should definitely align, Chris, after this call. So hypothetically speaking, I think we're on the same page here. But
Sasha has a question here. Fears that these solutions in AI are short term. Do we think this will be longer term and could evolve?
So, I mean, of course, it's going to evolve. I would say, so this is an interesting question. It's a fair question. There's maybe a couple different ways of kind of interpreting this question, and I'm gonna answer both. I think the question you asked as well as one you didn't ask, but that I've seen a lot of other people asking in other contexts as well. The first one is like, is AI some sort of collective delusion, and we're all going to wake up next week and be like, oh yeah, actually it was a bad idea, like bell bottoms, and we're just not going to do that anymore? And my answer to that, I genuinely, firmly believe, is no. AI, for years and years and years, AI was something that was a promise that was out of reach. And the combination of the physical technology in the form of GPUs wasn't there, and the understanding of how to build models wasn't there, and so on. And I will shortly, again, be publishing another long-form video, aka thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But I've mentioned this before on the stream. One of the most interesting things about it is that we have moved from an era of computer science to an era of computer engineering or model engineering, where we understand great recipes for building things with AI, but we do not yet fully understand the way it works the same way we understand the way that other kinds of software work. We can talk in a very intelligent and mathematical way about the most optimal way to sort things, or the most optimal way to order a database, the most optimal way to surface a search result, and so on. And that you can actually fully describe that mathematically. We have fully understood those problems. Whereas with AI right now, we understand some techniques for how to use them effectively, but we're discovering new ones every day. But we do not, and you'll hear people talk about this, we do not fully understand exactly why a particular AI model works well or doesn't work well. And so we have gone from pure science to an engineering mindset. And there's a great example about this. If you look at, for instance, some of the buildings built in antiquity, whether it's the pyramids in Egypt, or some of the wonderful monuments in the Indian subcontinent, or the medieval cathedrals in Europe, they didn't have a grasp of like materials science that would let them fully understand like the friction between stone blocks and the load-bearing capacity of a single block or something like that. They literally built those by building a model of what they wished to construct upside down. And if you could build a model of a cathedral upside down, or a model of a monument upside down, and it didn't fall down, then you could build the real one right side up and it would not fall down. That's how they did it. That's the engineering mindset. And that's what we have transitioned to in AI for the moment, in the computer science field. And so the result of that is we are within the first year or two of this entire new discipline of engineering. It's gone from AI being a computer science where you were dealing with individual like individual transformers, individual tiny pieces of it. And now it's moved to a scale where we have to talk about it in more of an engineering standpoint. And probably, hopefully, my hope is even in my lifetime, perhaps, some very smart people will be able to describe it again in a scientific way, where we can move from a sort of best practices engineering mindset back to a scientific mindset where we can fully describe and understand what's going on. But for now, as we have just discovered this new branch of engineering, this new style of engineering, we have much to learn from the civil engineers of old. We have much to learn from how arched bridges were built out of stone blocks or how monuments were built out of stone blocks. But we are just going to continue to learn and learn. And I think you see this if you look at the performance every time a new model is released, they get like better and better and better. And you maybe have to ask the question, is it just that they're throwing more compute at it? Or are we actually already starting to see huge results from just, okay, we've run it a lot and now we're getting better at how we run it? I think the answer is both, of course. There is inevitably going to be some scaling challenges. I don't know when they hit. Maybe they're power-based scaling challenges. Maybe they're hardware-based scaling challenges. Maybe they're just comprehension of how these models work-based scaling challenges. But I think that for many years to come, we will keep improving our abilities and techniques. So these will continue to scale. Now, if the bigger thing is, okay, but are there going to be some problems that are just really hard to apply AI to? Like, it turns out that programming is really easy to apply AI to, all things considered. Within just a couple years, we have built, if you had told me 5 years ago that an actual practical AI programmer was around the corner, was going to be here in 5 years, I would have been extremely skeptical. And I'm someone who has been super interested in AI at an academic level since I began academics in computer science. But I still would have thought that it was much further away. But yeah, there could be some kinds of problems that are really hard to apply AI to. But that's okay, because we've sure found a bunch of problems that are easy to apply AI to and that work really, really well. So I think, yeah, I think that that will be so long. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Long answer to the question. There are plenty of challenges, but I think that we have so much land to explore that we will not run out anytime soon.
Yep.
Great insight, Christopher. Thank you.
I have a whole script, just like I did a video last year about pilots versus co-pilots. I have a whole script about the scientific mindset versus the engineering mindset. Very much inspired. I'm going to make a huge call out to a guy on YouTube, the engineering guy. Wonderful videos and a really excellent book about the engineering mindset. He was talking about civil engineering primarily, but it strikes me that this is incredibly relevant to computer science all of a sudden, because all of a sudden we've gone from science to engineering.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that book last year. You know what? In fact, we could ask a semantic search. We could ask Rocket. When did Chris?
We can. I don't have it running right now, but yeah, we could totally ask Rocket which stream that was in.
Yeah.
So
because actually accompanying you recommending that book was a great talk that you made, great demo or talk that you gave. So that's worth looking up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, sorry, Christopher.
I want to answer one more question out of order.
Okay.
I was holding on to this, but we didn't have a slide about this because I forgot to ask you to put one in. So that's on me. But Johan asks, I just had web scraping in app transactions. What's that? Mm-hmm. So, Spaceman, if you're listening, Daniels, if you're listening, I'm sorry that this took so long. Even last week, I said it would be out within a couple hours, and the transactions just showed up today. But as some of you know, we had been rewarding you for web scraping transactions, and then we stopped a few weeks ago. I don't remember exactly when. Actually, probably about 2 months ago, because we were having problems with getting the data in time, and it was causing slowdowns in the edge. And so we were recording all of that data, but we with more jobs coming in, we needed to keep serving our customers. And remember, they're all of our customers. So Tufan, thank you. Ridvan, thank you. And I'm also going to say thank you. But we have now rewarded the vast majority of those that were outstanding. We just rewarded a little bit over 48,000 UPT. Spaceman, since I know you'll ask, this is not inflationary. This is all UPT. We've collected revenue, or we've allocated revenue. In some cases, these were customers on a free trial. In some cases, these were customers who paid us or are going to pay us. But all of this is allocated revenue. This is exactly according to the tokenomics. We've been collecting all of these records of whose device was processing jobs, but we just hadn't been awarding them. So now this is going to process once a day for now. We actually Ridvan and I had a lengthy chat on, I think, Tuesday about how we can make it go within about like every 15 minutes or so. And we're going to make that change within the next week or two. So we've rewarded about, I think we've rewarded the majority of it. I think probably there's about another 12 to 14,000 UPT of transactions to process as well they're running right now. So you guys should see them in the next couple hours. But it's running. We started by running today's transactions, yesterday's really. And then we've been rolling it back to get all the other ones that we needed to catch up on. So thank you, everyone. Congratulations. I'm glad that you got your UPT for it. I'm glad that somebody noticed it before I brought it up out of the blue. But I know that sometimes you might ask us something. I think the first question about this got asked probably about 3 weeks ago. And I said, yeah, we're working on it. And then it turned out to be a little harder than expected. And then anyway, so we do remember these things. I do work on them, and as does the whole team, mostly the whole team. And then we get them out. So yes, thank you. And these here, thank you very much. And here are the UPT that you guys earned for those scraping transactions. And now they should be coming much more regularly.
Cool. Awesome. Yep, that was a long time. That was great work.
I mean, I guess that was kind of a product update. That was the perfect segue into the product updates.
Yeah. And it's actually, we probably should have had a slide for this because it's almost 50,000, it's about 48,000 UPT already, which is actually a fair number. But as I said, that's all very much like direct drive from the tokenomics. So this isn't just a giveaway. This is actually based on the additional earnings.
Yep. Cool.
Wonderful. Okay, well let's continue on with product updates, shall we?
Sounds great.
So we've got let's start off with desktop. There's a desktop update, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So well, there's actually not much you have to do because it's an automatic updater. So it will update your desktop app. And so the desktop app is Windows, Linux, Mac OS. If you don't have it, if it doesn't auto update, that means you have a very, very old version, and you need to go over to UpRock.com, uninstall that, go over to UpRock.com, and get the new version. So what's included in this one? We've got. Oh, I just had it up.
Most of it is going to be not much of UI changes, but a lot of it is just being able to deliver more crawl jobs to desktop. So there's a lot of things we can do there. And someone just asked, how do I download it? So it's really simple. UpRock.com. It auto detects your operating system. So if you're on a laptop, Windows, Mac, or Linux, it will automatically suggest the right build for you. Or just go to your Android App Store. So if you don't have if you have iOS, if Shot Gamers YTT, if you're on iOS, then you'll have to wait a little bit longer because the current version has not been improved yet. Otherwise, definitely should install it on your laptop or your home computer because we are sending more jobs to those devices too.
Yes, that's why you're getting those transactions that Christopher was just talking about. So go ahead, make sure you're updated to the latest version of the desktop app, and that is R37. And then, yes, head over to UpRock.com to get it.
Yep.
Or head over to Google Play or the Solana App Store to get the Android apps. And so speaking of
I'll share one more desktop fact because I know that there had been, we discussed last probably December, about the fact that like, hey, we would love for people to install the desktop, but at the time we didn't have as many use cases. We didn't have really many paying customers at that time. We didn't really have, we just really only one very small paying use case for the desktop, and most of it was on mobile. But I am proud to announce we should really do a bigger feature about this particular customer in a couple of weeks. But our biggest desktop customer is, I just checked the stats, they've already processed 10 million UpRock jobs this month.
Sweet.
So the exact number is hold on, where was it?
And it's growing.
10,400,000, and yeah, we're almost at the end of the month, but that's pretty big. All of a sudden, desktop is very relevant, and in fact, I mean, obviously, mobile is still much bigger, and like keep your Android apps open, everybody, and so on. But yeah, this is really relevant for desktop. So if you were on the fence about installing it, or you're like, whatever, it might not be worth it, I would actually say they told us just the other day that if we have more desktop apps running, they have more work for us. So go ahead and install the desktop now. There's really good work for the desktop.
100%. Yep. Cool.
All right, go check that out. All right, so speaking on the subject of mobile of app updates, we got more games. Update your Android app. You'll see we have a new provider called Playtime, and this provider has we're doing something different here. So the first one, My Chips, is a very long list of games. This one, Playtime, it is a smaller list that doesn't update every single day, but it delivers like very high quality game. Like, well, I mean, My Chips also has high quality games too, but games that we think that are going to reward you very well and have a better CPI. Which, remember, when we're sharing about the revenue coming in, that's shared with you guys in the community. So go again, check out uprock.com/tokenomics for how that works. So it's very important that we have like good CPI, good revenue with these games. When you're playing it. So 1, that gives you better rewards. 2, better boost. 3, good for the tokenomics. Which 4 is good for all of us. So go check that out. If you have an Android update to the latest version, I believe it will be out on the App Store later today or tomorrow. So right now it's on the Google Play Store. Go play some Playtime games. Let us know what you think about them. I'm playing a couple right now. I'm playing, as you can see, Arrow Maze and Sort Journey. Oh my gosh, it's a game where you just put things in order. I used to do this when I was a kid. I used to get these big bags or containers of beads, and they were all like sectioned off, like separated by types of bead. And I would take that big bag, a big box, and I would just shake it up, and then I'd dump all the beads on the ground, and then I would put them back in order, organize them again.
This game is perfect for you. That's perfect for you. Also, that's a perfect game. Also, let us know if you are seeing it, if you're not seeing games in your country, because one of the other criteria for this second partner is that we are hoping that some of the games there are more available to other countries. So we're always trying to add more inventory.
Supposed to be available in a lot more countries.
Because sometimes folks are saying, I don't see any games that are available for me. And we said, and this partner said, well, these games, the top 10 games that we're going to choose are going to be more available for more people. So we hope that's true. And the best way to prove it is to just let us know. So try it out, check it out, see if you see some awesome games there. A lot of their popular games, negotiating really good rewards for it, like Jen said. So, and it's a lot of times these are games that people love doing already on the phone. So if you're waiting for the bus or anything like that, you might as well get rewarded for it and try them out.
Exactly. And here's also I want to point this out. If you see both, if you're in a region where you get both of the game providers, you'll see that some of these games will have you'll see maybe the same offer on both providers. And so that could be a little confusing, because if you already have seen it on one, you're like let's say you're playing the Aero Escape game from My Chips, but then you also see it on Playtime, and you don't remember which one you tracked it, which one you're playing on. You'll see here, you'll see your games that are in progress. So these are the games that I've been playing with My Chips. Okay, that's there. The games I've been playing with Playtime are right here. Okay, so that's how you can keep track of them. Also, remember, now that you have you may be in a region that has multiple providers. Sometimes people say, hey, I downloaded this game, but I didn't get rewarded. And that is because most of these games, I would dare say all of them, they're the caveat is that you have to be a new user. So if you've already downloaded the Arrows game on My Chips and then you saw it on Playtime, you're like, hey, you know what? I'd rather get the rewards from Playtime. You can't just simply uninstall it and then reinstall it using a Playtime link, because you are now no longer a new user of that app. So, keep those things in mind.
Yep.
We are working on ways to better consolidate the interface or the user experience now that we have multiple providers. So if you have suggestions or things that you find a little clumsy with the current layout, let me know. But we are working on how we can make that a little more streamlined, I guess, because it's we'll make it better.
Yep.
But share your opinions or your feedback if you have any on where the pain points are for you in the interface, if there are any.
Perfect.
Yep.
But we're very excited about this. All you guys who weren't getting games, like, oh, poor Reka, she's in Romania and I don't think she got a lot of the games, and she's like building this. And I'm glad that she now has more games to play and choose from.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So before we move on to other updates, I just want to give another chance for you guys to install, or I'm sorry, get the front row badge. I'm hearing an echo on myself, so I'm going to mute one of you guys. I think it was Jesse. Okay, front row badge. Go ahead and scan this, guys. This went live at 5:30 p.m. UTC today. It expires at 5:30 a.m. UTC tomorrow. So it's only live for 12 hours since, well, now I guess 11 hours or 10 hours and 45 minutes or 15 minutes. So go ahead and scan that now. Get your front row badge. And speaking of badges, guys, I noticed that some of you on X, when we shared this Copilot, looking for co-pilots on X, and we're saying it's, if you have Diamond Pause at front row, a lot of people were sharing their badges. And I noticed that a lot of them did not have this first steps badge. And this is the one with the sneaker on it. Can you guys see that? Right? The one with the sneaker. And that one is so easy to get. So if you don't know if you want that one and you don't have it, all you have to do is you tap this button here, this fab button, and you'll see this. This is the on-ramp quest. And all you have to do is just get started. You select an answer. You select an answer, then you go to the next question. Okay? Do that and you'll unlock that first steps badge. If you don't see it, if you don't have the first steps badge and you don't see this quest, then just simply uninstall UpRock, reinstall, log into your account again, and you'll see it there again, okay? So just go ahead and do that so you can get that badge, because it hurts me when I see that one grayed out, because that's so easy. That one is so easy to get, and it comes with a boost. So please do it.
Yeah.
Get your boost.
Good point.
Yes.
Yep.
And talking more about badges, I've seen some people, that's the surveys. Seen some people ask about, well, we talked about Diamond Pause. Some people asked about Diamond Pause. That's, again, a reminder for anyone who was with us since pre-TGE and at the time that we rewarded that badge was still an active user. So that one you can't earn anymore. The other one that people ask about often is the 1000 Club. So you can see I'm still I'm still blocked on this account with a 1000 Club. So 1000 Club you get for, I have multiple accounts that I test with. So 1000 Club you get when you have earned 1000 UPT from your network rewards. So that's not something that you get not UPT that you have gifted or you get from an airdrop or something. That's from specifically contributing to the network.
Yeah.
So once you hit that, you get that badge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
All right. I have more badges than you, Pedro. Pedro, you should have I guess I must only have one more badge. Oh, I might have two, because here's another one. I'm just going to show off my badges, guys. I also have Fresh Start 26. This was the first one, actually. This one and Diamond Paws were the first two we launched with. This one came from the first day of the year. You open the app first day of the year, then you get that one. But don't worry, we'll do it again. There's many more badges to come. And if you have an idea for a badge, join our Discord and head over to the badges section and share, because we have a lot more coming down the pipeline.
Yep.
And Johan, you're asking, thank you, but this badge gives nothing, right? Yes. If you're talking about the 1000 Club, that's just a clout badge. But most of our badges are going to have. That was the first one we tried without a reward. Most of them will have reward. I think it's best that way, right?
Yeah, always. And
and the other thing was, part of the point of that badge was specifically to test rewarding a badge that was tied specifically to network contribution, as opposed to what I'll call like account activity. I guess they may seem related, but they're different. So there will be other, as we get more customers and as we start having more work to do, there will be more badges tied to those kinds of specific, like how good of a worker your device is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, if people really want Diamond Paws, but don't worry, we have more paws. There's there's gold paws, there's silver paws, platinum paws.
Yeah.
I don't know who wears jewelry. I know there's like other precious metals that we can think of, or gems. Oh my gosh, it'll be fun. We were talking about this last week, to have a badge for your account or your birthday. I personally like the badge for your account creation, like when your account was made. I like that one more than birthday. But if you had something like a gemstone for, if you did do birthday, you had a gemstone paw, for your birthday gemstone. Like for me, I'm born in the summertime. My gemstone was July. I just want jewelry, guys.
I sense a trend here. The next thing you know, we're gonna have goddamn Zodiac badges and
we'll have rare earth metals,
Ouija board badges, and
yeah, I like that. Or just I could be no.
Okay.
No Zodiac badges.
Let's
birthday badge maybe.
No, Birkin. A Kelly, a Birkin?
Well,
no?
Excuse me. We're gonna have to process a lot more jobs before anybody gets a Birkin.
Oh, one of these days. I don't even want to carry one around. Honestly, I think I'm going on a tangent, but let me just do this for a second. Those Birkin bags, they're like $20,000 US if you can get one.
Yeah.
I would never want to walk around with that. That like freaks me out. You just
only certain areas, right? Probably, yeah.
But,
it's
but
like
wait,
buying a nice car and where you're going to drive it, because everyone's going to fuck with it.
the woman who it's named after, who was an actress, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jane
Kelly
Birkin or something like that, or whatever her name was. I don't know, but I know her name was Birkin. I don't know what her first name was. There's some pictures of her out there. She just treated hers like a random bag. Like she threw shit in it and threw it in the overhead locker in an airplane and just beat the crap out of it. And you know what? In my opinion, that's what you should do with a bag. A bag is for putting things inside of.
Mm-hmm.
If your bag is like so expensive that you don't want to carry it around because you're worried it's going to get beat up, then it's the wrong bag. It's not a bag should be. I'm not saying that one should be unkind to one's possessions, but like my backpack, which is a nice backpack. I put my laptop in it all the time. It protects my laptop. That's great. I bought a backpack that has a laptop pocket with a little padding in it, but I didn't spend some, zillion dollars on a backpack. I spent like, I don't know, $75 on a nice laptop backpack that protects my laptop and is comfortable and that I can carry around because I carry it every day when I go places. And that's fine. You know what? If one of my kids gets ice cream on my laptop backpack, I will just wipe it off and not cry. And that's what a bag should be. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I agree with you. I see sometimes I love how Reika says she will carry the ring to Mordor, and she'll carry my bag for me if I ever got it working. I appreciate it.
That's real nice.
But I see people with Birkins today too, and they walk around. There's something like they do how like Kelly, whatever her name was, it was named after, designed for. she kind of just like treated it like rough, and they would walk around with it like wide open. They're just like strolling down the street with their bag like just totally open. I've never seen a closed Birkin bag walking down the street if I ever saw one in person. Whenever the handful of times I've seen one in person, they always have it wide open. I was like, you're just begging to get robbed. I don't get it. Like, what, this $20,000 bag, also I'll leave it wide open for you to pickpocket. Some people,
But no, they just want you to know all their money is the bag. There's
Is the
nothing
bag.
inside. Don't worry. Please don't steal it. There's nothing
Yeah.
inside.
yeah, you know what I'd rather have? Credits. AI credits.
UpRock credit, AI credit. I mean, they are far more useful. You can actually do something with them.
Yes.
$20,000 worth of credits will go a long way.
It
Yes,
will,
it will.
yeah, you'll be good. You'll be set for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So that's what I'd rather have. Okay. All right. So that is my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. Do we have any other updates?
I think that's it. Yeah, we have the games. The games was a big update. Surveys. We have another survey partner coming. But the big one was n8n and the desktop update.
And also, I mean, let's
UpRock AI.
just,
We're paying attention
Yeah.
to the badges earners because we're going to roll you out on the first 2,000. So or one, yeah, I think it's 1 or 3,000.
Yeah, the Android update also includes new engine updates for the actual network tasks. So those are not actually for video, but similar to some of the specific job types that we support on desktop now. Some of those are going to be able to roll out on Android as well. And then as well, as we mentioned, there's a big company that does an awful lot of web activity that we're specifically solving a problem for. So we have the version 1 of that is in the Android update as well. So that will be even more web jobs coming. I literally plan to test out a big run of that later tonight. So I'm probably going to submit like 10,000 jobs after the live stream and see how they run, since enough of you have installed it that I can actually test that new code at bigger scale. And by the way, as always, thank you to all our beta testers. If you're in the beta program, thank you. We ran some tests on your devices, but we're going to roll it out more broadly. And I guess one more thing, this is a little bit of a teaser. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but you guys remember we did a trial a long time ago of heavy tasks. And then, that was specifically with and that was just a trial of running heavier tasks on the device and so on and so forth. So you guys may have noticed that the videos I showed off, they're not just videos. It says who's talking. That took some processing to achieve.
Yeah.
So in a totally unrelated sentence that might have nothing to do with that, but that I'm going to say right afterwards, if you haven't opted into heavy tasks, but you're willing to opt into heavy tasks, I encourage you to do that, because maybe we could do something like that on your device, like say next week. So opt into heavy tasks.
What I think you're talking about? I think
this is you. I think that you think you know what I'm talking about, and I think that you're right. But I'm not going to say exactly what it is, because
this is pretty cool.
Very cool when we announce it.
Yeah.
But I will just say, if you're not opted into heavy tasks, and you're willing to have your device do some more heavy duty compute when it's plugged into the charger, you should opt in.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good tease. I'm pretty excited about that one. That is something that just like semantic video search, not many other folks are doing on the edge. So yeah, that's gonna be rare as a Birkin bag. Yeah.
Or diamond paws.
Or diamond paws. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's answer a couple of questions before we take off.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Pedro asks, a few months ago, there were often quests for UpRock themed videos and images. Will there be such again? Absolutely. Servers and the Rocketeers always come up with great ideas for that. I know one that is he's been a topic that he's been chewing on for a little bit has been about semantic video search. So maybe there'll be something about that.
Sure, Rocket AI too.
There will, as there are more. So we've been showing off what we've been working on. Some of these first video features should be rolling out. Jesse wants me to say next week. but I'm going to say in 2 weeks, given where we're at. It's a big lift.
I want to say
but-
So
Saturday.
tomorrow.
I want to say yesterday.
I want to say go F
GFY.
yourself.
GFY. Yeah.
But you know, I think if you look at the history of this, we typically do it when we have specific things that we want the community to help show to the world.
Yeah.
And you know, what's interesting in engineering, what we want to do is we want to have a very, very regular cadence of shipping one thing every week, one meaningful thing every week. But the reality is what ends up happening is we'll have some weeks where like, yeah, we get something out, but it's kind of, there's like 18 things going on. Then we'll have other weeks like this where like all of a sudden a bunch of things come together and we're talking about 4 or 5 things that all went out in the same week, just because like, you know, in the case of n8n, and zero complaints about them because the team's been, you know, everything's been great with them, but just like they found a couple little things and we needed to make a couple changes, so it couldn't go out last week, and so then it ended up slipping to this week, and so now it went out with other stuff that, you know, totally unrelated stuff this week. But it's just like, it's funny how updates tend to kind of clump together even when we don't plan it that way. They just you just like get a bunch of stuff out all at once and then you can get back onto the other stuff. So,
Yeah.
All right. Chris, this one's for you. This just came in. This is your favorite ISP in the world. I know too.
Johan asked actually about that earlier in the stream. I hadn't forgotten. It should be working. I believe last week, I think it was you specifically who said that you did try it and you had a problem again, and you were going to open a ticket with an IP address. And I am sorry to say I did not see that ticket. It may have been opened, and if so, it didn't filter its way onto my desktop. So I am specifically going to go right now, and I'm going to stop answering questions for 30 seconds and maybe have an answer for you this minute, and if not, shortly.
All right, great. Vincent asked, are these my alarm or the cops? Man, I'm in Seattle. That's the cops. That's the cops all the time. It is our it's our city bird call. Just the siren. You can hear in Jesse's too, I'm sure, because we live near each other. So just
constant.
It's that, and then the people screaming. Oh, you know what I heard this morning? It was insane. I was kind of hoping it would pick up. You'd be able to still hear it on the live stream, but there was this, I think, either machinery or a person screaming on the street, and they sounded like Toad from Super Mario. Just and it was going on for like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, I really hope that stays on so you guys can hear what I get to hear. But it was definitely
we missed it.
You missed it. Okay,
Yeah.
well, so we are the city symphony is sirens, cop cars, cop sirens, fire truck sirens, the Fenty zombie screaming. And apparently somebody who sounds like Toad, which might actually be machinery, because there's a lot of building going on.
Yeah.
So
back to ISP.
Back to ISP. Johan, I just did a super quick search and I didn't see the ticket, but I am, of course, in the middle of live stream right now, so I'm not going to go full on heads down for that. But I just pinged Tim to especially keep an eye out for it or see if you can dig it up. And in any case, there is no reason why free should not be working. So since you are an actual free user and you're actually asking, any information you can provide, and I assume if you did a ticket, just drop it in Discord or something so we can find it again easily. And I want it to work. I do. So we'll I'll put that for a little bit of investigation, and that we'll try to take an investigation. That, I mean, the thing is, there are so many gosh darned ISPs in the world, and each one of them has their own quirks and odd little bits. So this is like, running a global network on any given day. There's on any given day there is something going wildly sideways. I was on a conversation a couple weeks ago with one of our big network providers that actually has has direct rights to send data over fiber optic cables under the ocean and stuff like that. And I was moaning to them about, and this and that, and then the data transit from Singapore was doing better, but then we've seen these slowdowns again. And the guy was like, dude, Chris, they just finished like repairing one cable cut that like runs under the Strait of Malacca, and then some guy with a backhoe dug up the other cable that goes out of the data center the other way, like 4 hours later. Like, what the hell are we supposed to do about that? And I'm like, I feel you, bro. I'm not saying it just like, people should not be allowed to use backhoes near buildings that have fiber optic cables in them. Maybe we, get Rocket on patrol or something. Anyway, this is my burden. Every goddamn week somewhere in the world, there's some weird thing going on with internet connectivity and whatever. But you know what? We at least actually know the answers to these questions, because you guys probably know one of our core tasks is the network speed testing. So we actually can see these kind of things. And like this guy was specifically like commenting about like, I thought it got better, and I'm like, no, but it got worse. And then he's like, oh, it must have been this other dig up, because like he was like, no, the the subsea cable, like we got reconnected or something. And so like, why didn't the speeds get better? And I'm like, well, they didn't. He's like, oh, it must have been the backhoe. So, at least we're telling them these kinds of things.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Jen and Jesse are like, cool.
I just keep my ear out for Toad,
Yeah. All right. Come on. Let's keep it rolling, guys. So next question is, actually, it's not a question, it's a comment. Actually, this is great. You are setting up your own OpenClaw. Please do upgrade with Rocket Claw. You can install it. Just have it. Type into npm. Let us know how that goes. And also, folks who are setting up the OpenClaw, you guys would be great for feedback to tell us the experience and the difference between OpenClaw and then running Rocket AI through the UpRock app. You'll notice a huge difference. And also, you'll be really understanding the limitations of agents, all the, when you have to set up with your own computer versus not having to worry about that. And the process of upgrading a skill, like your feedback is going to be super valuable because you actually did it yourself. And now you can understand like how we're trying to make it even more seamless. So I appreciate that comment, because Rocket AI is about making this even more accessible to more people worldwide.
Well, it's also really cool. Mander, you said that you are making a server on Discord to share what you've learned. I think that's super cool. Freaking cool. And by the way, guys, Mander has said that they signed up for the creator program. So
nice.
Let's. I foresee there's going to be a lot of helpful content from Mander. I love that you love these things you said you're self-taught. Yeah, that's awesome, and share your knowledge with everybody. Yeah. So Mander, why don't you let people know in the comments, if you're still here, how they can follow you along or connect with you on Discord, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who'd be interested in participating in that server.
Yep. And
I think you also said she'd share prompts on how she got started, how to add UpRock into it once the basics are in. So wonderful, perfect.
Cool. Yeah,
perfect. All right, that's I foresee probably one of our first UpRock AI content creators.
Cool.
I feel like there's a badge in that.
Yeah.
Okay. Batista saying that there is a issue with the. I'm not sure if I saw that Daniels was helping you with this, but I'm not sure if I got lost in the chat if it got resolved. But issue with the daily video not resetting Thursday. So it is, you only get three videos every 24 hours to watch. If you're still here, are you saying that you have not gotten any since last Thursday? You can't watch any at all?
Yeah, it sounds like it's not resetting, so it's not.
It sounds like they've been stuck for a little bit. That's so I can just tell you, just based on so this probably isn't super helpful for you, but overall this is clearly not a macro problem, because overall people are still getting new videos. But absolutely, I'm glad somebody's helping you with that. Please give them whatever information you're comfortable giving that they ask for, because obviously we want to make sure that this happens for nobody, and we'll keep after it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, this is different. Okay, badges. Johan just restarted the app, reinstalled the app so he could get the first step badge. Now everything is at 0, No, that is not normal. Are you?
Did you actually log back in? I'm sorry to ask the dumb question, but
Or also,
did you log back into the same account?
It is also so, yes, the same account, because it's so easy to create a new account. You just enter your email address, and then, you know, we send you the password, this login.
Yeah.
So if you
exactly.
if you use a different email address, then it would just create a new account for you.
Yeah. That happens. Yeah, that happens quite often, because sometimes you have your, you just have like your one email for your Play Store, then one email for your actual email. Like it's just common. That happens sometimes. Or your work email. Yeah. So just double check that. I feel like that's probably the issue here.
If it doesn't sort itself out, drop us a ticket. We'll take a quick look at it promptly and figure it out.
Oh, okay. Balance is okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Phew. I was like, no, that's not normal.
Like, no, I you literally made me just go check 2 different monitoring systems to be like, wait, could something be down? Balances aren't displaying proper. No, I see balances.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, good. I'm glad that's sorted out. Okay. Let's see. Will there be new, Pedro asks, will there be new short video or image tutorials on how to
UpRock?
about UpRock?
How we're gonna actually, how we're doing this is we do want to do that. However, Rocket actually has a powerful UpRock skill, and that means you can actually talk to Rocket and ask any questions you want about the app, about UpRock, by tokens, by tokenomics, by staking. It will have the power to actually give visual explainers if it needs to. I'll have the power to do all that stuff. And so in the app itself, it's going to just be way more useful because you can talk to the app with Rocket. If it's beyond that, we still think about doing this. Is why we do live stream. But if there are certain big features that we want to do short clips or videos on, and post it on YouTube, let us know if that will be helpful. But we really want to give Rocket AI kind of first stab at this. I think we've been working on this a lot. We have an UpRock skill, and I think it's just going to be way more useful to just talk to Rocket directly. So.
Okay, great. Speaking of making content, guys, I also want to share that the latest person who's just in our creator program is Mander Price.
Okay, perfect.
I got a DM from the team, just got approved. So they're making videos already, making tutorials on Discord, and we'll, as she said, we'll put in some stuff for UpRock once the basics are in. So Mander, there you go. You're in the creator program. We'd love to see your content as you're making it.
Yeah.
Also,
Perfect.
I think it's super freaking cool that you are doing this and sharing what you know with everybody. I love our community. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah,
yes,
it is.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. Oh, hey, I know some professions of love. I love you guys too. You guys are awesome. I love everybody here. Odin asked, this was highlighted. I guess maybe you highlighted this, Jess?
It's more of a broader question. We can answer it real quick.
We can answer it.
Maybe our thoughts on it.
Odin asked a question for the 3 before.
You see that?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. You're handsome too, yourself. Everybody's beautiful and handsome and wonderful. Did we see that yesterday the ETH whales have been liquidating their positions? And what are your opinions? Well, for me, I'm not sure if that was just for me or for all of us, but I think we can all answer. I honestly don't really pay attention too much about the ETH whales. I really don't. I already have enough white hair that I have to dye. I don't need a. I'm already stressed out, man. My cortisol level's already high. I don't watch whales that much.
So we've been through 3 bears. All of us have been through like 3 bear bull, like up and down crypto markets. So it doesn't phase us too much. I personally look, if you really care about it, I always look at if you look at stablecoin growth, there's liquidity, which means more money is going into it, which means the technology is getting more and more useful. So that's a good signal to pay attention to. The other one we always pay attention to is what are people building? What are the apps and the use cases that are surviving? So the people who are building and still building apps and getting user use cases and people earning tokens, if those are surviving these downturns, those are really strong signals. Which chains are still doing stuff? Which conferences have builders, and and stuff like that. That's always been one of my best signals. So I pay attention to that more than, like you said, a price on any big token. And then the merge, and then right now, the AI and crypto, AI and crypto is coming together really amazingly. I mean, it's like a perfect marriage of technologies. So that's how we're using it, and we've seen this coming. And there's a lot of people who are figuring out how to do it right. But obviously, crypto rails is a perfect use case for AI because wallets are crazy complicated, and like the fact that you have a huge digit number is ridiculous. But agents doesn't care, and they can just do crypto payments. So that's coming. We're already X42 support with our partners at Corbits, and that those payments are very, very tiny. But I feel like it's going to be like this, and then one day it's going to be just like that. So we're just ready for it. So we pay attention to more things like that than what's happening in ETH or something,
Yeah.
So I have had since Jen highlighted this question, I asked Rocket to research this. So when she started talking, I had Rocket research this.
Okay.
And what Rocket indicates. So based in, I have some background instructions for my Rocket. So this is my Rocket specific. I have some background instructions about how to do research for financial related information. So my Rocket says that this is that the likely reason why this is coming up is because there are several kind of independent things that just happen to happen at the same time. One of which is a short squeeze, including one very large short position that got liquidated, coupled with a couple of institutions that did some rebalancing. My Rocket's analysis is that overall, given the crypto positions, there have been some big moves, but that compared to the overall crypto market, it's probably largely just noise, although it could look worse than it really is because there are several sort of independent moves several moves that appear to be independent that just happened at more or less the same time. One of them is a short long squeeze going on, and the other one is some institutional rebalancing that happened around the same time.
I think some of the AI companies are making or their stocks are going so crazy too that a lot of people are putting their money in AI projects itself, just by itself. That's coming. That's obviously a big part of it. But yeah, we look at builder and usage stats. Those what survives there are the really positive signals, and this is why it's so exciting to come to these live streams with the community, because you guys are here, you're contributing, you're earning a token. This is one of the best things, most motivating things that you guys can do for us in the community, for us and the team, is that you still care and you're working hard. We're working hard for you. So this is why we love coming here. So yeah, I think that's how we think about it. We've been through many ups and downs, many bears and bull cycles, and it's not our first rodeo. So we just keep building and solving problems and focusing on our customers. That's the best thing we can do for you guys, for the token, for UpRock.
So yes, Johan, please ticket support, and especially include a screenshot if you can, about what you're seeing specifically. And also, there was somebody else who had a specific question about an issue. Just snap a screenshot, ticket support. That's the easiest way for us to see what you see, and that always helps. And yeah, as Jesse said, thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching the live stream and participating. And keep installing those updates. Install desktop if you haven't. Chris wants you to install UpRock on your desktop or laptop.
Uncle Chris.
All right, I think that's.
Well, I think we're in. But before we go, I just also noticed that Amanda said that she's making a game where people can bring their AI agent and they can grow memories. I just want to give a quick plug. This is not just because I like to use it. If you are making a game, go check out layer.ai. I really like using them for game assets. We use that to make badges. And so go check them out. I think you might like it. It's a really cool service.
That's true. It is. It's awesome.
What we, sharing things that we like. I liked layer.ai. So, and if you find something else that you like more for making game assets, please let me know.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Well,
this is a great one, guys.
They're telling me that either that maybe I need to find a safer place because they're going crazy. So maybe we can wrap it up, and I'll go find a bunker.
Yeah. You'll be fine. Yeah, this is a great.
Jen is going to go find a bunker. Jesse is going to go outside and see what's going on.
Yeah, enjoying the crazies. Hey guys, how are you guys having a great conversation? What's happening, y'all?
Hey, do you guys have UpRock installed on your phones?
Yeah. Are you guys hearing about the live stream too? You guys going nuts about that? Yeah. No, this is a good one. n8n. So if you are a developer and you're setting up an agent workflows, UpRock is part of that system now. So you can have UpRock part of your workflow. That was a great update. If you don't have the desktop app installed, please do, because we have actual crawl jobs coming into desktop. We have customers that are doing so. Semantic video search is coming to customers, and it'll soon be in your hands with Rocket AI. And if you are earning badges by coming to the live stream or your Diamond Paws, you will be one of the first folks to be able to test Rocket AI for us. And for iPhone, pre-registration is coming, and that is how you get your kind of the first access to Rocket AI on the iOS. So I think this was a great live stream, guys. And yeah, let's. I do have an n8n desktop 37 game new song as usual, so we can wrap it up.
That's perfect, because we do have the last question from Johan is, where can we find the music? And Christopher, thank you for sharing this. It's uprock.com/livestream-songs.
Nice.
So I'm a little bit behind on uploading these. So 2 weeks ago, I told you guys to all tell Jesse he had to send me the song so I could upload them.
Right.
And then he did, and I haven't uploaded them yet. So I will tomorrow. I'll try to
That's
upload
Rocket.
a bunch more. What?
That's Rocket to do it.
Actually, yes, that is exactly what I'm going
There
to
we
do.
go.
That is correct. But that is, yeah, when I say I'm going to do it, Rocket's going to do it. I'm gonna have one of my Rockets do it. But anyway, as always, everyone, thank you for spending your Thursday with us. It means a lot to me.
Yes.
It means a lot to everybody. We are our community. We succeed together. We say that this is our weekly stand-up in public. And I really appreciate you guys asking the questions and giving me the chance to talk about the stuff that's on my mind. And it also really helps to kind of, hear what you guys are saying. It really helps to keep my eyes, all of our eyes, on what you guys need, what you guys want, as well as when we talk to the customers who pay our community. So it's really important. So thank you very much. I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
I'm excited for a new song.
All right. Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
UpRock. Rocket. Swarm online. n8n gates open. Claim the sky. UpRock. Rocket. Swarm online. n8n gates open. Claim the sky. n8n lights the workflow chain. UpRock skills ignite the flame. Agents rise. Automations fly. Rocket cuts across the sky. Beta legends, take your place. First go pilots, join the